So I've been spending a lot of time thinking about this. Behind every YouTube video, there's always this prep work that goes on behind the scenes, from setting up props to picking the right camera for the project, to the right focal length for the shot, to the correct memory card for the slot, and also the correct battery to use. And in the end, it all ends up in a total mess. So I thought of a great idea. Why not create custom organizers to hold my gear? This way, each accessory would have its own destination once it's finished being used. So today, I'll be starting the first of many videos in creating these organizers for my camera equipment. So in this video, I'll be focusing on building a battery holder for my excessive amount of batteries you'll see in a moment. But right before we get started, I would like to give a shout out to 3D Wonders for loaning me their Einscan SP V2. We'll be using this unit in creating these custom organizers. So if you're in the market looking for your first 3D scanner or an upgrade, check out 3D Wonders. I'll leave their links down below. Now, when it comes to batteries, there's so many variations of batteries in the studios. I have several different camera models as well. And so with that said, let's take a look at the Pentax battery. Here is the OEM version. Here is a third-party version. Now, that is two different types of battery for the same camera. Now, let's take a look at something a little bit more complex. Let's take a look at the Canon batteries, because Canon, they are quite an interesting brand, because the brand new R5 Mark II came with a brand new LPE6P battery, which will work on any mirrorless camera in their lineup. However, their previous generation, the LPE6NH, this battery will work on the older models, but for the newer models, you'll be missing some features. So that's a huge bummer if I plug this battery into the wrong camera unit, right? And also take a look at this third-party DSLR Canon battery, and this particular battery right here is for my accessories. So as you can imagine, if I have all three batteries together, yeah, there is a good chance I may plug in the wrong battery into the wrong unit for the wrong usage, and it could be a total nightmare when it comes to the production. Now, let me show you guys the NPF batteries. These batteries are designed for Sony cameras, but I use these batteries for my other accessories. And also, as you can see, they come in different sizes and also different manufacturers. So organizing all these batteries is a must, because when it comes to production, it can be kind of complex, as you can imagine. Now, to start this project, I need a way to get an accurate 3D model of every single battery, and that's when the Einscan SP V2 comes into play. I'll be using this scanner to scan each of the batteries, and if you're interested in knowing how to use this scanner, I'll leave the link down below. I made 2 thorough tutorials on how to operate the scanner, so definitely check those links. I'll leave those links down below. Once all scans are complete, I went to start the design phase for this project. And of course, it never fails. The first few design, it didn't come out the way I expected to, of course, obviously. I don't think anyone's first design is always the final design. We always work from a starting point, and this starting point just kind of redirected my intentions for this project. I just want something very simple, very clean, and just a simple organizers for my batteries, so I know which one is which when I need the correct battery. So I went back to the drawing board and I went to design something super simple and super clean, where it's basically very modular if I need to reorganize my batteries on the shelves. So with that in mind, here is what I came up with: my modular battery holders. Now, once the battery holders were all completed, I then noticed that the battery chargers, I forgot about them. Yes, the battery chargers also need the exact same treatment. So I needed to scan each of the battery chargers with the Einscan SP V2, and then come up with a very simple design of an enclosure for these battery chargers, because they need to also hook up onto this pegboard. And so I came up with this 2-piece component design for each of the battery charger. And let me tell you, the most scariest thing about this part is when you're screwing on the screw, because if you don't put the screw in correctly with the hot nail gun, you need to reprint everything all over again. So this is the most important part of the process. Now, with both projects completed, I'm actually very glad that 3D Wonders reached out to me about the Einscan SP V2, because in the past, doing such a project would take a lot of manual work, a lot of ruler measurements, a lot of like testing, printing to make sure you get the right fit. With the Einscan SP V2, I just eliminate one huge chunk of the challenge, and the rest of the time I just spent on basically designing. And so with that said, I want to give a shout out to 3D Wonders once again, because without them introducing me to the Einscan SP V2, I don't think this project would ever happen. So thank you again, 3D Wonders. And if you're in the market looking for your first scanner or an update on your current scanner, definitely check out 3D Wonders. I'll leave the links down below. They have scanners for all levels, and also check out their YouTube page. And with that in mind, I want to thank everyone that's still tuning in right now. Thank you guys for your time, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the process, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. So take it easy. Peace.